All right, Broncos country. We are back with it. Horsepower Hour. We got a great show slated for you guys tonight. Let me go ahead and introduce all my friends and then we'll get started. But we got Kodiak from Kodiak Broncos podcast, Mark of Marky Sports, Denver. We got Jeremy Sean of Broncos Unbridled. And most importantly, guys, we got the Wheel of Chaos. We're bringing back the Wheel of Chaos. It's not going to be for mock drafts this week. We got a really fun exercise. So y'all be sure, get in here, subscribe. Let's go. How about, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but BK, what's up? Thank you for being a channel member. Guys, if you sign up for memberships on any of our channels, you'll get access to the VIP Discord, which is fantastic. You don't want to miss out on that for just a few bucks. But hey, help us become the largest growing Broncos channel conglomerate here. Now, we're going to get into a fun wheel of chaos. We're going to go position by position. We're going to take turns. We're going to spin the wheel of chaos. Will it land on a guy that you love? Will it land on somebody that you hate? Will it land on somebody that you're cool about? But we're trying to give everybody a chance to talk about some different guys that maybe we haven't had the chance to talk about throughout this thing. So, guys, should we just get straight up into it, or did you guys have any announcements or anything like that?
I do have an announcement.
Yes.
So, Mama Kodiak is turning 60 tomorrow, and I have plenty of family members watching in my living room, so I just want to give a huge mile high salute and shout out to them.
Happy birthday, Mama Kodiak. I love that.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'll be on my best behavior. Chat, you guys really got to turn up. Come on now. So, we'll see what Darian has to say, but without further ado, let's just go ahead and bring in the Wheel of Chaos. So if you're having trouble reading this like I am, we got 4 different categories: love them, like them, do not want or hate. But I thought we'd say do not want because that's what Jeremy put in the text. And then okay at value. Okay. Position we want to start with. I think we should just start with running back and get right into it, okay? Sure. And we didn't even decide in order of who should spin first. I vote Kodiak.
All right, cool.
Spin that wheel.
Spin away.
Oh wait, whoops! This I had another wheel. My bad.
That's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Mama Kodiak's on pins and needles over here.
So we're at running back. All right, cool.
And you like him. Give us a running back you like.
So I feel like this is going to be differentiated because for me, this guy is a like him. For a lot of guys, it's going to be a love him. Okay. I'm talking about Jonah Coleman out of Washington. All right. So Jonah Coleman is currently my RB5 of this draft. And honestly, it seems like I'm a little bit lower on him than consensus, but I do really like him. I still really like his game. There's just a couple more traits I like from Katron Allen and Jadarian Price and Mike Washington, who I have ranked over him. Obviously, Jeremiah Love is the RB1, which is consensus. Don't think anybody's surprised about that. But you know what? Jonah Coleman is one of those like him guys. The reason he's a like him for me is because I don't think he's realistically a guy that I could get behind at 62, because when you're picking at 62 at the running back position, I think you need a true difference maker. I don't think Coleman can project to be that, but I think he projects to be an upper end level Tyler Binet guy. And that's not an insult. Like, I know people will hear Tyler Binet and just want to puke, but I promise you, okay, I promise you that is not an insult. He was a heck of a player at Washington and Arizona. And hey, if you go for analytics, you really, really, really like Jonah Coleman. Okay. If you go for missed tackle force metrics, you also really like him. Heck, he's a really good pass blocker too. I just think he does cap out at a certain role in the NFL. Not to say that I think he has a low ceiling or anything like that, because I think he's one of those guys that it wouldn't surprise me if he became, a bell cow, a true workhorse, because I think that is the upper echelon of his ceiling. But you know what? I think he has a lot of really fun traits that I think teams will really love. All right, good receiver. Once again, very smart player. He's a captain. Broncos, for better or for worse, always seem to go for that. So yeah, you guys, I know you guys love Jonah Coleman, but I'm on the like end of the spectrum.
Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me.
I don't love him.
Dude.
I was going to say, I like him as well. No.
You say you like him, but you just said that he's a better version of Tyler Binet, man. I don't know.
Listen, like I said, that wasn't meant to be an insult. Okay. I know a lot of people comp him to like, Mark, you said this in your NFL Mark Draft channel. You said that you comped him to like Algier type, and that wasn't a backhanded compliment. Now, Algier and Bidet, completely different. I get it, but no. I think about it. I should have said he's like a Tyler Bidet, but could actually be good. All right.
I love it when I always
Tyler
love it when you hit
Goodday.
him with he's Adam Troutman but doesn't suck. You're like, perfect.
You're like,
Yeah.
then I don't know what he is. Then.
Yeah, you're like, all right, so he's not Adam Troutman. Sweet, love that.
Okay, for the sake of argument, I love him because I got a couple stats for you. 551 attempts, 2 fumbles, 88 targets in his career, 1 drop, man. I love him because he doesn't have negative plays. That's why you guys should move him over into the glaze me category. So that's all I had to
I'm
say.
surprised, actually, David, that you love him so much because he doesn't have a RAS score because he elected to just not participate in anything. But I'm pretty sure his RAS score would have been like under 5. But he did a favor to himself by not testing. So I guess you don't really have a RAS score.
No, I got the eye test with his RAS score. It's great. It's
awesome.
great.
I love it.
But man, I think it's just respect my co's in me on the love Jonah Coleman train. That's okay. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We are prophets in this fan base, and prophets are often hated. So
5'8".
We
would have like the shortest running back room.
Hey, I'm 5'8". I'd be all for it.
Especially with Deuce Vaughn there.
But we don't want you running for us, Kodiak.
5'6". Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts on Jonah Coleman?
I think my thought on Jonah's really good, and I think we're getting so caught up because he kind of fits the mold of the type of running back that we want, right? We're looking at like a powerful running back, but I think it's always important to just want somebody that you feel like is just going to be really, really good. And I think Jonah Coleman can be super good depending on where he's drafted. But like, to give you an idea, and this pains me to say it because I hate the Cornhuskers, but like, I think Emmett Johnson's a better running back than Jonah Coleman is. But I don't necessarily think he fits exactly what the Broncos would need, right? With that bruiser and somebody that's just kind of solid, Tyler Algier, like I said. So, I mean, I do like it. Could I say I love it? I wouldn't love it, but I think it would be a really solid pick. I'd be good with it.
Really solid. Hey, what's going on? Navajo Nation tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. All Broncos fans are welcome here. Thank you, Nando Magic, for tuning in. Means a lot. Okay. Who would like to take their turn at the wheel of chaos next? Mark, Jeremy?
Go ahead, Mark. You're counterclockwise. Or you're clockwise.
Let's keep it all in order.
All right, that sounds
good. So
good.
This is 62?
It doesn't matter.
We're sticking on running backs.
Ooh.
Come on.
Oh, okay at value.
Okay. I'm okay at the value. I would say I would be okay with I was going to say Katron Allen, but Darian took it in the chat. I don't want anybody to be like, you're just taking what the guy in the chat said. So I'm okay with Seth McGowan here. In the later rounds. Do we have a 6th round pick?
Yeah.
No.
We have 3 7s and a 5th.
I take him in the 5th round at the earliest.
2 4s.
That's when I would be fine with Seth McGowan. Obviously, the off the field stuff is worrisome, but I do think he's damn good, man. He's a really fun, kind of exciting running back. Got a good size of blend and power. I don't think the Broncos would do it just because of the off the field troubles, but it seems like he really got his life together. You got to give him a lot of credit there. So I would be okay with the value of Seth McGowan at the 5th round of the earliest. I don't like it at 108 or 111. So
How do you feel about Katron at 108, 111?
I would be okay with. I would actually like it. I would like in the fourth round is kind of where I want to see a running back go. I'd be fine with that at 62. I just don't know if the guys that I would really like are going to be available. So I think the 4th round, one of the 4th round picks is kind of the sweet spot. I would like Katron a lot, man. I think Katron Allen is just super slept on. Like, I think he was
agree
not given the full build at at Penn State. It was just kind of a mess there. But man, you see some really special traits with him too. So yeah, I like a lot of the upside with Katron there.
Okay.
Can I piggyback on that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Jeremy.
Katron Allen, that's the way he runs. Just the way he runs reminds me of Terrell Davis. And let me explain why. He is vision, and he does this little like set someone up early, and then he does the quick move. He's not one of those like major jump cut slasher guys. He's like I'm going to set
slippery
you up and then go. He's slippery.
Yeah.
He'll set somebody up, like he'll lean and then he'll burst past him, and that's so what Terrell Davis always used to do. And you go, why aren't people tackling him? Because he's too strong to arm tackle, and they don't get a good angle on him. See, my dog agrees. They can't get a good angle on him. And yeah, I just watched him and I was just like, man, I just like the way that he sets it up. He's not like so explosive, but he's really good at protecting the football, and just that running style just reminded me of him so much.
Yep.
Man, you get me more excited about Katron Allen just hearing about this. You know, similar to, well, we'll get to some of these other positions of need later in the show, but running back's one of those groups where even if you're not the best fit for the team, I'm going to be happy we selected one because you're so much better already than Jaleel McLaughlin and freaking Tyler Bidet. So, yeah, if you can get Terrell Davis in the 4th round being Katron Allen, that would not surprise me. It's okay, Mikey. You're going to come around to this. You're going to come around to Katron Allen when we select him right there at like 111, man. It's going to be
I feel like Respect My Cause is definitely confusing Singleton with Allen, because Nick Singleton reeks. He is garbage. I'll tell you that. So maybe he's just getting the wrong Penn State bag. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt here, Mikey. I got you.
Yeah, Aaron doesn't like the Penn State backs. I mean, for having so many NFL guys, man, it's crazy that Penn State just kind of went off the rocker this year. But
well, they their offense was really predictable, and so it's like everybody knew what the deal was. It was like, is it going to go to Singleton or is it going to go to Allen? But it wasn't like they were going to be mixing things up really well and having these big lanes and all that. So for what he did with the team he was on, I thought he did really well, honestly.
Yeah, I thought Singleton just fell off a cliff this past year. I thought he was not good at all. But, you know, you watch him 2024, it looks like there's a lot there. That's why he's still my RB6, because I feel like he's got a sky-high ceiling, you know, just based on everything you've seen. You know, I think he was probably going to test well before he broke his foot, but then, I don't know, basement floor. So I get why people could be scared.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about this, man, when you first discovered Katron Allen, man.
So I was watching the Bishop Sycamore IMG game, you know, on FaceTime with my friends, you know, about a month and a half ago. I think I told you guys about this. And there were plenty of guys who you guys would recognize. Jihad Campbell, Tyler Booker, 9 at quarterback, and Katron Allen had 150 yards and 3 touchdowns against Bishop Sycamore in the first half. That's how I knew he was going to be a monster, when he went off against Bishop Sycamore.
Look at him now. We got the chance to get him. Yeah, shout out UCLA for beating the great Penn State. But Aaron brings up a good point. I get scared when backs fall off a cliff. Reminds me of Ollie Gordon. I have no idea how Ollie Gordon did this past year in Miami. Did he do half decent?
He was like a goal line guy. He had a few touchdowns.
Yeah.
I know that because I bet on him once anytime touchdown scored. I happened to guess the right game, so it worked out.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. No. All right, let's get back to the wheel. We got a couple options left.
The extremes.
Yes, let's see what we got here, Jeremy. We got 2 left because we got Lycum gone. So glaze him, do not want.
Let's go.
Spin.
Ooh, okay.
Love it.
This is gonna be controversial. But my do not want is Emmett Johnson. He does not do it for me. He runs slow. He doesn't have weight or power or speed. So like he did a lot for what he's a smart football player. He's a good football player, but he lacks those things, and he just will not fit in our room, in my opinion. I just don't think he's the right type of back for us. So it's not a matter of he's a bad football player. And like, look, if you got him in the 5th, 6th, 7th, something like that, okay, well, fine. But he's being talked about like one of the upper echelon running backs in this class, and I just don't see it. So sorry.
Oh man.
Dude, I'm right there with you, Jeremy. I'm right there with you, man. I don't see the greatness in Emmett Johnson. I just see a good
You guys are helmet
good
scouting.
college running back, man. I don't. Yeah, am I helmet scouting a little bit? Maybe I am, but I don't know how you can look at this guy and say that he is anything better than what we got on the roster, man. I see more Jaleel McLaughlin in him than I see RJ Harvey. Is that bad? Is that bad?
It's interesting. It's interesting. Kodiak, what are your thoughts before I try to sell these two guys on why Emmett Johnson is one of the best backs in this draft?
I mean, I'm going to be more on the side of them, but I'm not like quite to them where I'm just like, yeah, he's undraftable. Like, is he a?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying.
Well, yeah, I know you're not going there necessarily. I probably should have said that, but yeah, no. He's like my RB7 right now. Like, he's one of those guys that his success in the NFL wouldn't surprise me. But man, you know, the Kyron Williams, the Bucky Irving types, like it could work. But think about all these like 5'9", 5'8", 200-pound backs. I know he's 5'11", so I should have said that. But you know, he fits the mold of a guy who probably would test like a Kyron or a Bucky. And those guys are just it's few and far between as if it could actually work in the NFL. Okay, now he does have a lot of really nice traits, but I think I would just bet on the guys I have above him for like actually being able to carry the load and be a consistent player in an offense and be impactful.
Yeah. I'll say this. I agree with Jeremy in one thing in a sense of like, I don't know how he necessarily fits into this room from a body stature standpoint because he's not really a big back, being 5'11", 200. But when it comes to playing running back, like a lot of the times, I think one of the most unimportant things is like pure athleticism. And Emmett Johnson obviously has enough of it. You talked about like, I think Kyron Williams is the perfect comp. But this dude's vision is next level. And his ability to, you talk about being slippery and jump cut and make dudes miss is special. And what I really loved about Emmett Johnson the most is like, you know, you see running backs running like it's a really crowded around them, right? They got like, it's like small little holes after they get to that second level and they got like a little amount of room to work with. He maneuvers that super, super well. Like I liked him a lot when I first watched him, liked him even more the second time. And then you start to look at like some of the analytics that I think make the most sense. Like missed tackles forced is something that I think is a really nice trait to have. He's 9th in the nation, 68 missed tackles forced. And then to add to it, he's gotten better every year. He caught 46 balls this past season, caught 39 last year. He's super well-rounded, man. I don't know how he is in pass pro, but it would shock me 0% if he was the second best running back in this draft class after Jeremiah Love in terms of like productivity. Because I think he just like, I think he translates, his game translates perfectly to the NFL. But again, he's not going to be flashy. He's not going to be like, you know, people that the guy that like a bunch of people on fantasy football are like, you know, hoping to draft. But I just think he's damn good, man. Like he's an impressive running back. But I can understand it how, given the room that we have, it might not work that good. But listen, if JK gets injured and Emmett Johnson's got to come in and play, like I think it would be like a really smooth transition for him. Rather than with other guys, I think you have a lot of question marks. So I'm a big Emmett Johnson guy, and I wish he didn't play at Nebraska because it kind of makes me sick saying that. But I guess we'll see, man. We'll see.
When JK
it seems like everyone else in the chat's on the same level. They all hate Emmett Johnson. Jeremy saying Jam Miller over Emmett Johnson. So there you go.
I stand on that.
I love that.
But, we drafted Jam Miller.
I know. I was listening to you guys today from last week doing yard work, and I was like, oh, I like Jam Miller. I think he runs hard.
Did we draft him or did I think the chat?
No, that was the chat draft.
The chat was like, so that's why for me, when I realized y'all wanted Jam Miller last week, now you're against my Emmett Johnson pick. So I'm obviously onto something here.
No, we just have very intelligent people in our chat is what it is.
Now, Mark, do you feel about Emmett Johnson the way that you felt about Kyle Monangai last year? Because you were the guy, and you were absolutely right that we should not have drafted a basketball player over him.
I think this year's Kyle Monangai is Kalen Black. The reason it's so different is because I knew Kyle Monangai was going to go on day 3 late. I knew it. Like I didn't want Kyle Monangai necessarily in the 3rd round or in the 4th even. But I was like, dude, this guy's going in rounds 5 through 7, and he's going to be the biggest steal. Emmett Johnson, it's tough because I believe truly, just based off of like watching him, I don't even know if he'll be available at 62, man. Like, I think there might be some teams out there that really love him, depending on the system they're looking for. But at 62, no. Like, I don't love him like I loved Kyle Monangai. But like in the 4th round, yeah. So it's a different scenario there. But I see a lot of similarities, man, in the sense of like Kyle Monangai was much more powerful. Emmett Johnson's a little bit more shifty, but both guys just rarely take negative plays. The vision is really, really good. So I like that when it comes to backs. Like some people will fall so in love with the traits of the combine, but they're like, this guy can't see anything. Like Nicholas Singleton's a perfect example, right? He's got all the tools.
Yeah.
But I just felt like, man, is this guy blind? Like, can he not see anything? Because I thought maybe the fall off was he had some sort of an injury or something he was dealing with. It seemed like he was just not seeing anything and reacting to stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. But
I'm with you though. Vision, I think, is the most important thing for a back.
yeah, and again, I think Emmett Johnson, you can make the argument, might have the best vision of all the backs in this class.
Yeah,
and sometimes it's not surprising because if you're not a special athlete, like if you know you're not just an unbelievably good athlete, you kind of have to have really good vision to be productive. Like he had 1,500 yards, 1,450 this year, and sometimes like to have that kind of production but not be this special athlete, it's got to be because you're seeing things well, you're reacting well. So it doesn't mean that like Emmett Johnson is going to be better than Jeremiah Love. By no means am I saying that, because Jeremiah Love is just special, but he really might have the best vision in this draft. It's an argument to have.
He would, and for my opinion, he would require big holes and then have great vision. He couldn't do that with a bad offensive line. Like he doesn't have the ability, the athleticism to do that with a bad offensive line. So if he got drafted the right place, I could see it working, but especially for our room, it just doesn't make sense. Like you need to create a little more. And he's, like you said, he is good when he gets open space, but he's not going to turn a bad block into like 60 yards. That's not him, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, he's not a take it to the house, break it, burner type of guy. But you've seen that style running back work a lot too. Hey, PD Swag, this is funny. Most likely your buddy's probably on the highlight film that Kodiak dropped last year on Caleb Lohner when he dropped the film review on him.
Dunked on.
So he might be in that. We should go back and check. Be like, hey, man. Yeah. That would be hilarious if he was.
Man, that's cool. Yeah, played against the great bong hit pick of Sean Payton's tenure here. We'll see if that's one-upped. But, guys, it's my turn to glaze a running back. We already talked about Jonah Coleman, so I'll spare Darian the misery of talking about him again. But, guys, I'm going to cheat. I have to talk about both of these guys. I talked a little bit about them today in the Discord. Number one, dude, we're going to talk about this guy. Right now on PFF's board, he's ranked 239. So at the end of the 7th round, Virginia Tech running back Terrian Stewart. All right. This guy, they had him listed at 5'9". Dude, this guy just measured in at 5'5" and a half, 220 pounds.
5'5"?
5'5".
5'5".
You're lying. That's not surprising because he looks small, but not that small. That's actually hilarious. 5'5", yeah.
This
my
guy
God.
is Darren Sproles at 220 pounds. He's
Dude.
Everything that we need. I dropped a short on him earlier today where he looks exactly like CJ Anderson.
He does.
Finding holes in between the tackles, bouncing off guys, making them miss, like looking more agile than you ever would have thought, dude. Talk about low center of gravity. Oh, man, PD Swag saying he's already going to be shorter than his wife. Most likely. Terrian Stewart. And here's the thing. He absolutely crushed it at Bowling Green throughout most of his career. He was killing it. I mean, at Bowling Green in 2024, 917 yards at 5.5 yards a carry, had 6 touchdowns. But then this is what happened at Virginia Tech. This man this year transferred to Virginia Tech, where he averaged a fantastic 5.7 yards a carry, 82 carries, 469 yards total. This man had 0 touchdowns. This man had 0 touchdowns this year, but that is because they gave it to Kyron Drones. They gave it to all these other losers. Dude, this guy does not have the stats, so that's why he's going to fall. But I promise you, you are getting Darren Sproles and CJ Anderson put into one body. Now, I don't know if he can receive. Okay. He has, last year, he had a total of 19 receiving yards. Okay. On 4 receptions. So it doesn't matter though. You're not passing the ball to CJ Anderson either. You just need him to make great runs. But guys, I'm falling in love with this guy, Terrion Stewart. I'm just gonna call him Big Pickle. That's my nickname for him, Big Pickle. This guy is everything you want in a running back. That is a diamond in the rough. Draft him in the 5th round. I don't care. I will celebrate. But most likely, he's a 7th round pick. Then how is he Sproles, Darian? Because he's 5'5.5". Okay.
I'll tell you something.
You ate Darren Sproles.
I'll tell you something funny, man. Terrion Stewart, for whatever reason, is like one of the first backs I ever looked at. I think it's probably because I saw that he was 5'8", 222, an absolute bowling ball. And then I realized, like, oh man, I was actually watching this guy a lot last year without even knowing it when I was watching Harold Fannin. Dude, you guys think Emmett Johnson is slow or doesn't have any athleticism? Let me tell you something about Terrion Stewart. All right. It's crazy because he had 39 missed tackles forced on 82 attempts. So almost half of his attempts, he was forcing a missed tackle.
What?
I don't think it's going to happen in the NFL, man. He didn't run the 40. I think he's like a 4.7 or 4.8. He's one of the slowest running backs that I've ever watched. But my God, did I love watching him for some reason, dude.
He
was so
man.
fun.
I got to issue a slight correction.
He's an absolute bowling ball.
I got to issue a slight correction. Not 5'5.5". Okay. I got to get it right. 5'5" and 7/8".
7/8.
Big difference. Huge difference.
219 pounds.
Yeah. But like Darren Sproles is probably 10x the speed.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's the.
I mean, to be honest, he makes CJ Anderson look like he was a burner. But dude, in the 7th round, I would love it, man. He would be a lot of fun. He's something about him. I don't know what it is, but something about him is fun, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Give him some goal line carries. I think he can get the tough yards. Dude, he was making people miss, still getting like 60, 70-yard runs.
Hey, you find yourself you find yourself in another AFC championship in the blizzard. That's the kind of guy you want right there. Those plotters. That's what remember that CJ Anderson, like New England snow game? Nobody could tackle that guy. Nobody could get footing.
His balance is going to be good. For sure. 5'5". That's actually insane.
5'5", 7/8", dude. So yeah, he is Darren Sproles with CJ Anderson. And that's just how it is. You got to go look him up for yourself. The other guy that I did want to talk about, I wasn't preparing to talk for 30 minutes about running back, but it is what it is, guys. I need your thoughts on this because we've talked a little bit about Adam Randall, converted wide receiver, kick returner for Clemson. But I think PFF's consensus board has him ranked at like 327 or something ridiculous like that. The guy's 6'2", 235 pounds. And I think he ran a 4.6. Like at that size, that's pretty impressive.
I thought he ran a 4.5 flat.
Or he ran a 4.5? Let me go look this up.
I remember it was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, he ran a 4.5 flat at the combine.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dude,
I was like, wow.
Yeah. So he's a guy that's well into the 9s on the RAS score, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's got a 9.49 RAS, ran a 5.4 flat. You're telling me you don't want this guy on the team? This guy's an absolute unit. He's a tank. And I don't understand why PFF has him ranked so low because he was productive at Clemson, okay? Like 4.8 yards, that's respectable. But 3.13 yards after contact and can kick return too?
Yeah, I think it's more because he played running back for 1 year. Like last year was the only year he actually played running back. But dude, I agree. Like he's only going to get better there, and he can catch the ball. We know that. So I love Adam Randall.
Yeah, man.
Especially
I mean, Compared to
value.
again, Caleb Lohner, this guy's a savvy, veteran at the running back position. So let's take a shot on him, man. Okay. Well, running back has concluded. Do you guys want to stay on offense with tight end, or do you want to move to inside linebacker?
Either way, we're gonna hit it. So go.
I don't care. We
I
can have
like-
Chad
I like-
decide if they want. I'm good with whatever.
All right, chat. While I'm loading up these names, you tell me tight end or linebacker next. Which ones do we have?
Anybody
Glaze and like them. Okay at value.
Tight end.
I threw
Kodiak
in my
voted.
vote.
All right, let's go tight end. Kodiak voted.
All right, we got tight end. Dude, let's go. Thank you, chat. We're not asking the chat anymore. You guys
There we
aren't
go.
quick enough.
There we go. There's a delay.
All right. I know we went with you first time, Kodiak. We're not going to go with you first this time.
That's okay.
I say we go with Jeremy.
Yes.
Oh.
So we're going to do that.
Spin it.
We'll see what we find. So the tight end position, we got like him.
Like him. All right. Let's see. Dude, I had 3 options in the like him for tight end. This class, I like this class. The 3 guys I had all kind of could have gone either way. John Michael Gillenborg, Dallin Bentley, and Tanner Kozil. I like all 3 of those guys. We'll go Gillenborg just because got to pick one. So
I think he visited with the Broncos, right? Or he's gonna.
Yeah,
They say something today.
He did.
Sorry.
Wait,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Wait, I thought it was Fabata, the other Wyoming tight end.
Oh,
but
maybe. I just saw the thing, Wyoming tight end visiting Broncos or something.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
assumed- I
It's
didn't know
the Wyoming tight end that's only played 1 year of tight end.
Nice.
We have a type.
That's the new Caleb Lohner brother.
I guess we have a type. But what were you going to say about Gillenborg, Jeremy?
Oh, I was just gonna say they brought in the other Wyoming tight end to ask about Gillenborg. That's the smart move right there.
That would be.
Playing 4D chess over here. So he's 6'5", 251. And what I like about that guy is he's deceptively fast. Like he has this weird running style, or like after the catch, he like leans way forward when he runs. If you notice, like most tight ends are like these huge, upright, gonna take a hit. They're every time they get hit, you feel like their knee's gonna explode or something because they're just so like tall and lanky. This dude is like hunched over, leaning, but like he's like slipping past everybody. I think he ran like under a 4.5 40 at the combine, like super quick. And yeah, I just great hands too. He's just one of those guys that isn't getting talked enough about, I don't think. And I could just see him. I'm not going to call him like a Travis Kelce or something like that, but like he's slippery, can like a guy like that. You don't think when you watch him, he's going to constantly get open, but somehow he does. And then the run after the catch is way more impressive than you think it's going to be. Anybody have any thoughts on him?
To be completely honest, I had no Wyoming film like available to me, so I wasn't able to do anything. But I've seen a couple Twitter clips. He looks good. I started a Wyoming franchise when the video game first came out 2 years ago for the college football video game, and he was really good. He was really good for me. The only thing I will say is that he's from Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know how I feel about it, drafting a guy who's probably a lifelong Chiefs fan, but you know what? He probably bleeds blue and orange at heart. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a couple of Twitter clips. He looks good. He looks fast. And you know what? He might be one of those small school gems. It worked with Crum. It could work with Gillenborg.
Agreed.
Yeah. My dumbass last year did an entire film review on him and like a full breakdown of John Michael Gillenborg because I, for some reason, thought he was coming out in last year's draft. Damn. Realized he didn't. So I was like, cool. I liked him a lot last year, man. I like kind of throwing darts at guys like him because like you said, man, he's an athletic dude for how big he is. I do like the fact that he did go back to college because now he's played a lot of football, which is really good, and he's really solid. I'm curious how he would be as a blocker type of a tight end, but I mean, dude, again, like way better than Lucas Kroll, right? At least you're going to be a little bit interested in what this guy could do, and a lot of the bottom of the roster guys that we have. So I'd be all for it, man. If it's a day 3 pick, Go with me. Yeah, I mean the dude's what 6'6", 250,
Mhm.
ran a 4.6, so not under a 4.5, but still
For a
really
4.6,
good.
oh.
10-yard split was good. Explosive was good. So, I mean, I dig it. I mean, David, you're the college guy. You know, did you follow Wyoming? Do you know anything about Wyoming at all?
Not much.
Did they not throw the ball a lot? Does the quarterback suck? Are they a run heavy team?
I
Do you know
think the
anything on it?
quarterback was okay. I don't think they had a very good year last year, though, if I remember correctly. Colorado plays them this year. I'll know more about them in next year's draft because Colorado
right.
plays them. But yeah, I don't got too much. I don't got really anything to say on John Michael Gillenborg. Other than that, I need to go watch him.
I just saw him at the combine. I go, who's this guy? He impressed me. And then I started looking
Yeah.
at his tape and I go, oh, he translates what I saw at the combine translated well to the tape. So I was like, okay, I can see this guy.
All right, Mark, we're gonna go with you.
All right. Let's do it. Give me something fun, man. Give me something fun.
Oh no.
Damn
Opposite
it.
of fun. Okay.
Did I get okay at value again? Is that what I got last time too?
Is that what you got last time? We can do it. We can do it again.
No, that's cool. I'm good with it.
You're good with it?
Oh,
I
we're
just
actually doing
redid
it again. You don't have to.
Do not draft.
Yeah,
Come
give me
on
the
up.
do not.
Oh,
not
this is
draft.
so tough to choose between these two people. All right. I'll mention the other guy, like the because I think we all agree that he's just an absolute do not draft. But I want to see the comments go a little bit nuts. But I'm absolutely 100% do not draft Michael Trigg. I do not want him anywhere on my team. Period. That's it. Like, I don't care if he's a really good athlete, even though his athletic numbers after his pro day really sucked. He kind of didn't do anything. The dude does not block. He hates blocking. He got kicked out of 3 different programs in his college career. Those kinds of things, it doesn't matter. Even if he was the most spectacular athlete, they never translate well to the NFL. He's not a spectacular athlete. I'm 100% out on Michael Trigg. I don't want to see him. Even if it's the 7th round, I'm good. Take a flyer on somebody else. I don't want Michael Trigg on this team, and I'm hoping the Broncos feel the same way. Darian's
You didn't
got
get
it.
kicked off this
I am
year,
triggered.
right?
Huh?
I said he didn't get kicked off Baylor this year, right?
Well, yeah, it took him 3 schools, It took him a while. So he finally learned his lesson. But yeah, I mean, he went USC, I think Ole Miss, and then Baylor. Yes, USC, Ole Miss, then playing in Baylor for the last couple of years. But like, here's the thing. Like, it's one of those things. Listen, if you're not a good blocking tight end in college, I'm good with it. But if you suck at blocking as a tight end and you clearly look like you don't want anything to do with blocking, and then you also quit on a lot of routes and you have a lot of Jerry Jeudy as a pass catcher to you, big no thank you to me. So that is absolutely my do not draft prospect. Any thoughts on Michael Trigg, guys?
I do.
Who was? Go ahead, David.
Yeah. So I love the athlete Michael Trigg is, man. 10.5-inch hands. Dude, when you have 10.5-inch hands, I mean, that's got to be close. Maybe not as big as Kawhi Leonard hands, but man, you got some mittens, man. You should not have 7 drops.
Yeah,
He had
7 drops.
this
12% drop rate, dude.
When you got 10.5-inch hands, that's inexcusable. If we pick him, dude, I'll still be excited about it. But Mark, he's got red flags all over the place. You're absolutely right, man. Yeah, this guy's got the biggest bust potential out of all these guys, probably.
Yep.
You want to hear something
Cody.
hilarious? Trigg,
Yeah.
He fluctuates every day in my rankings. Right now, like a week ago, he was probably my tight end 5. Okay. The reason he was so high on my tight end board is because there's a very thin line between oversized wide receiver I don't want, like RJ Maryland, and then there's oversized wide receiver I do want, like Michael Trigg. He had the highest ADOT in the class, so he's a legit vertical threat. He had one of the best missed tackle rates on receptions in the class, which lets you know that he's a legit, like, field stretching tight end. And also, he had the highest ADOT in the class, okay, amongst tight ends. Like, he had like an 11 ADOT. And, it's once again one of those things where, okay, I get why a lot of people are out on him, but this team needs dogs, dude. I want dudes that were kicked out of schools. I want dudes with charges, all right? That's why I want McGowan. I want McAllister. I want all these dudes that have all these problems because I feel like we're just getting a little too nice in Dove Valley, okay? That's the way I feel about it.
Just wait till we draft 2 players from BYU.
In Utah, and that's how it's going.
But good point, Biggie. I think Kodiak, this supports your argument. Randy Moss got kicked out of 3 colleges before he went to Marshall.
Well, yes, but Randy Moss is one of one. I don't want to put that like expectation on Trig or whatever, but I get what Biggie Bronco's saying.
I'm cool with it.
And look at what, like, I heard it somewhere. I forgot what the exact numbers were, but like they didn't really like track it in a sense of like it was like big news back then. But apparently he had like a genuine historic testing numbers at his pro day, Randy Moss. And yeah, I mean, if Randy Moss did it, cool, but not gonna happen with Michael Trigg. Michael Trigg does not like to play football. That's what I saw from him. He doesn't really enjoy it. If it's not going well, he's like, nah, I'm cool. So I don't like that. Not a big fan of it. But hey, knowing my luck, dude, we're gonna draft Michael Trigg. I'm gonna be in the Discord all pissed, and I'm gonna have to come on Horsepower Hour and try to figure out a way to have some optimism and like sell the pick to myself.
I wouldn't put it past the Broncos because they did remember. They brought in, man, what's his face? Clay Spray. They brought in Clay Spray, man. They'll bring in anybody.
If they bring him in as a UDFA, that's no problems. Cool. Like UDFA, fine. I don't really care. Like you could draft anyone as a UDFA. But other than that, I'd be like, I would genuinely be like, this front office is really good at roster construction and drafting, except for the tight end position. They just have no idea what they're doing there. That's kind of what my consensus would be.
Dude, Darian and Mikey have the best rivalry in the chat right now. It's been good. They need to start their own
when
show.
we play 2K. It's even worse.
Oh God. Okay, Kodiak, we're gonna go with you. You got 2 options. You got okay at value and Glazen.
Sweet.
Yes.
All right.
Glaze this tight end.
All right. So I have to re-record my tight end rankings because there was a big change that I made. Okay. You know what they talked about a couple weeks ago when it was St. Patrick's Day? What is the luck of the Irish? Guys, Eli Raridan is currently my tight end 2 in this class.
Oh my God, yes.
Eli Raridan's my tight end 2 in this class, man. There are a lot of question marks about Raridan. The fact that he was a 1-year producer. That being said, you are going to watch Eli Raridan, and the sample size is not big as far as like his actual production, which is something I honestly knock guys for, but I don't care. Raridan is a demon, dude. Okay. What was his RAS? Like 983 or something like ridiculous like that, like 963. Okay. This dude is tall. He passes the weight test. All right. The only thing is he's not going to go where I think he should go in the NFL because honestly, the teams are going to be scared by a limited route tree and obviously the 1 year of elite collegiate production. That being said, you watch, the way if you want to watch Eli Raridan, don't watch Notre Dame and watch Eli Raridan. Okay. If that makes sense, watch Notre Dame and watch Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price. That's when you can see the full fruits of Eli Raridan's, a game and his ability come into play. Okay. I think he can be a move tight end. He lined up a lot in the slot, right? He can be a move tight end. He can hit you on those like split zone blocking plays. He's strong at the point of attack. And dude, he's the next Gronk. Okay. Didn't David compare him to Gronk? If you're just looking at athleticism, pure athletic traits, man, I love Raridan. I think he is not only a mauler. Like I watched this guy go 1-on-1 with Ruben Bain consistently over and over again. And I'm just like, okay, he's winning. Like he was probably genuinely winning on half the reps. I'm just like, how is that possible for a tight end? But yeah, no, Eli Raridan is amazing. All right. At 62, he is currently my number 1 most wanted.
Spicy.
I love it, man. I agree with every point you made. I think he's phenomenal. He's not my tight end 2, but easily can make the argument. I think Eli Raridan's a certified stud. Most deep catches, most deep yards of any tight end in the entire NCAA. The dude is he's a freak athlete. He's an absolute freak. And I think he could block his butt off too. So I'm right there with you, man. I love it.
Wow. And, we passed on Gronk too, man. Like because of his injury history and dumb stuff, like that. Let's not make the same mistake, right, with Eli Raridan. Who cares if he tore his ACL 4 or 5 years ago? It was 4 or 5 years ago, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go with that. Man, I love this. This is getting me very excited for Eli Raritan. Now I got a guy that I would be okay at value, and I think he's probably a 4th round pick. If we pick this gentleman, I'm going to be pumped up. If we get him in the 5th, I'm going to be pumped up even more. Dude. Delp. We got to go with Oscar Delp. Okay. I like Oscar Delp. I maybe don't love him like Mikey does, but I like Oscar Delp as a day 3 tight end for us. And here's why. You draft good athletes. He was a great athlete. Ran a sub 4, what? So below 4.5. I think it was like a 4.47,
It
something
was like
like
a
that.
4.48. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Great athlete. Now, okay, didn't produce. Man, who did Georgia have throwing the ball this year? Who was their quarterback?
Oh, I don't even know, man.
Stockton.
Oh, it was,
see?
what's his name?
Stockton, right?
Who? This
Gunnar
is exactly
Stockton?
my point.
Oh, yeah. Stockton.
This is exactly my point. None of us can name this Georgia quarterback, man. Not at all. This man played the entire season with a hairline fracture in his foot. Now, I really just want to say he played the whole year with a broken foot. But hey, if you're still playing with a fracture, you got toughness, man. And we need some toughness in this tight end room, man. Right now, it's a bunch of bitches. All right. And Oscar Delp ain't no bitch, right? He'll play with a broken bone. He'll make those tough catches. He can block. He's coached from Georgia and like a lacrosse player too. Like the guy's just an athlete. So Oscar Delp, he can come in and be that wide tight end, give you some upside in the receiving game as well. But yes, Delp, he needs to be on our radar, man. I don't think I'm going to talk about him as a 2nd or 3rd round pick right now. Hopefully these other teams don't think that, so we can get him as well. But with where PFF has him, I would be thrilled to get him at like the 6th round or whatever. He's probably better than that, though.
I've talked a lot about Delp on my channel, so I want to hear what Jeremy and Mark have to say.
Jeremy, you got any thoughts on Oscar?
I heard you talk about him while I was listening today, and I totally agreed with you. Like, you went from Brock Bowers, who like did everything for that team, to like a guy who's also very athletic, and he didn't do anything. And it was just like, why? That scares me. I wouldn't. I think if he was on another team, I just don't think he would be thought of the same way. I think it's a little helmet scouting. It's just not my type of guy. I get why you would like, for the value, I understand it, because like that makes sense. You don't want to reach for a guy like that. Like if he's there late and you go, oh, okay, we'll give him a shot, the measurables and the traits and stuff. But the tape didn't tell me that. But I get it for okay at value for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably the bucket I'd have him in. Like, I've started to come around on Delp, where I think he probably will go, because I want nothing to do with him at 62. Absolutely nothing. But Mark, what do you think?
No, man, he's the most confusing prospect in this entire draft, because like there's it's like he has like a cult. Like there's people like Mikey and Darian that love him. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of teams that do too, for reasons that might be very legit. There's other people that just like, doesn't really do it for me. And I don't really know where I stand with Delp, because I feel like, yeah, he didn't really produce much at all. I felt like he was a decent blocker, could be really, really good. Which that's always super important to know the ceiling. Like his projected like draft round for me, like really is the 2nd round to the 6th. Like he's that polarizing. I kind of agree with you, Kodiak. And like, I don't know if I necessarily want the Broncos thing, because there's a lot more running backs that I like at 62. But like, if we took him in the 4th, I'd certainly be intrigued by him. Because he's got some crazy tools, but he also has a lot of red flags. So I just don't know how to feel about Oscar Delp. It's the weirdest thing.
This is how you need to feel about him. We get him on day 3. Okay. Right now in today's world, does Virgil Green substantially improve this room? Okay. Now, I know they're not exactly the same player, but
I think Virgil Green makes this room way better.
Yeah,
if you ask
exactly.
me.
But I
Yeah.
think Delp is one of those guys, again, like, didn't have insane production or anything like that in college, but can come in and, like, play a role and be dependable. And I think he's got, you know, more receiving upside than what Virgil Green has, although he was a really good athlete. But yeah, we need some guys that just have toughness to them, man. So yeah, we need. I don't know how old Virgil Green is now, but if Mercedes Lewis can come back, dude, Virgil Green can come back for a training camp this year. That'd be
He's
sick.
got to be old.
Oh yeah, this year's going to be his breakout year, right? Right?
Virgil?
Yeah, this year's going to be his breakout year, right?
Well, it was. He's 37, man. He's 5 years younger
Yes.
than Mercedes Lewis. That's crazy.
37, yeah.
You know, the weirdest thing about that draft, because we took Julius Thomas and Virgil Green in the same draft. I think Virgil in the 7th and Julius Thomas in the 4th. And I feel like I remember, and guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I remember everyone was saying that Julius Thomas was like the guy that had the blocking upside, and Virgil Green was a really good athlete because he tested his ass off at the combine.
Yeah.
And it ended up being completely the opposite. Like Virgil Green was one of the better blocking tight ends. And that's really mainly what he did. And then Julius Thomas didn't want anything to do with blocking. He would just catch the hell out of balls, got paid, and stopped playing. But that's a good pull, man. Virgil Green's a really good pull for Oscar Delp.
Dude,
And,
I love Virgil Green. And imagine if he went on Twitter and said he's one of the best blocking tight ends, most versatile tight ends in football, man.
Maybe he has.
It'd make more sense.
Yeah, it would make a lot more sense. It definitely would.
I saw Virgil Green walking into Park Meadows one time, and I gave him a little head. Hey, what's up? And he's just like, "Oh,
Is
hey."
he
Nobody
a big
else.
dude? I mean, he's
Oh,
freaking
yeah, he's humongous.
measured in like an absolute unit.
Was he?
But
a
unless you're
BYU
like,
guy?
unless you're like deep into the Broncos, like you wouldn't
Nevada.
recognize him. And so, like he was just like by he's with his girlfriend or whatever, and it was over by like the restaurant area, like Yard House or whatever. They're walking over there, and I was like, oh, it's Virgil Green. My wife's like, who's that?
How the hell did you know that? Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah,
Like when I recognize Adam Prentice, somebody's like, how did you know Adam Prentice? I'm like, dude, this is like what I do all the time. It's really bad. But
even
it's that
me-
mustache.
Even me, the day after Christmas or whatever, when you saw Singleton and Prentice on the same day, I was like, how did you recognize Prentice? Like Singleton, I get. Like he's one of the most recognizable dudes on the team, but Prentice?
I feel like I made a thumbnail of him, and he's got a very like identifiable face when you see him.
Well, yeah, he's got the mustache.
I was making a specific video on Adam Prentice just blocking his ass off, I think. And then right when I knew it right when I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, that's Adam Prentice. It's kind of, I don't know. It was the mustache, I think, more than anything. But yeah, we're just nerds, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, let's get to linebacker.
I think you should go first, David. Yeah, you kept waiting for last for you.
Yeah, you never go first
All
for
right.
anything.
All right, I'll go first. We'll see which one I get. Ooh, I like him. Who do I like? All right. At consensus. Okay. Number 66 on the PFF board. I like Josiah Trotter, man. I like him. I don't know if I don't think I love him. A lot of the comps that I've like listened and read to have like comped him to like Nick Bolton. And I think Nick Bolton's a really good player in some respects. And he's also like, well, now more so in his career, he's becoming more and more flawed. But back in his prime, I mean, Nick Bolton was a beast. And you're not gonna maintain having a good run defense if you have 230-pound linebackers out there, right? Like you need some guys that are big, thick, and about that life. So I like Josiah Trotter. He also has NFL DNA in him, which I think it's something. It is something compared to like, I feel like in the NBA, that doesn't mean anything. But in the NFL, it does to me. And I like Josiah Trotter. And I think he's got the athleticism to show that he can grow in some of the coverage stuff. But yeah, Yeah, I like his size. Let's see. I got to make sure I got it here. 6'2", 240 pounds, not even 21 years old yet. So if we picked him at 62, I would be happy. Maybe not on top of the world, but I'd be about it.
Cody,
get
any
that.
thoughts? Jeremy, any thoughts?
No, not really. I mean, you basically hit the nail on the head. Like he's like, yeah, cool if he's there, sort of thing. Like I will probably have guys ranked over him.
Me too.
When ultimately when it is all said and done, and we are going into that Friday where we'll actually make the pick. But yeah, you're right. Like I like him. That's kind of all I really got.
This is why I think the Josiah Trotter, if you picked him, would really piss me off. I'll say that firstly, I think that Sean Payton and George Payton love him. He's like exactly the kind of linebacker that we already have. He's a guy that can blitz really well. He's super good against the run and cannot cover for shit at all. So it's like the reason that it would bother me is because he doesn't really raise the ceiling of this linebacker room, which is kind of saying a lot. Like I feel like if we're going to go linebacker, give me someone that is good at covering and then we can figure the other stuff out. Because we got guys that can stop the run. Like to Alex Singleton's credit, he's very good against the run. And Justice Sternad too. And they both can blitz. Josiah Trotter's like exactly that guy. And that's the kind of linebackers that VJ and Sean and George seem to like. So I think that they're probably high on him. But it would be annoying for me because it's like I don't see any athletic upside with him. I just feel I think he's gonna have a really good career, a long career as a 2-down thumper, old school linebacker. Like he's a 90s style linebacker, which I love to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's exactly
if
what
they pass over
Anthony
Hill for him, I might lose my mind though.
Yeah, I think Hill's better.
If they pass over Anthony Hill for him, but that would be the thinking. Like this guy's dependable. We already know what we get out of him.
Exactly.
Anthony Hill's more of a wild card.
That's why I'm like, dude, I can see them taking him.
Yeah.
But you guys remember Nate Webster?
Dude, I love Nate Webster.
So Nate Webster's like not athletic at all, but he will mess you up in the run game, dude. And then third downs, you got to take him off the field. I kind of see that with Josiah Trotter. Like I think he's better than Nate Webster. He's a little bit more athletic, but so it's like
he'll play all 3 downs.
We already have those guys. You know what I mean?
If he's a good listener, he'll play all 3 downs here. Doesn't matter how bad he is.
And we didn't talk about if he knows how to speak Spanish. I doubt it, but that is a really important trait, as Dre Greenlaw had said. So we got to look into that. So, he's got big ass hands too, though, bro. 10 1/4 inch hands.
You can pick some passes off with those suckers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So Josiah Trotter, we like him. Seems like we're all in agreement there. And
we're not overwhelmed or underwhelmed. We're just whelmed by him.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, I'm very interested for who gets the do not draft because again, like it's got to be something real bad to not upgrade this room. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, who is going?
Let's go Kodiak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glaze him.
Who is glaze-worthy? Okay. I know that there's a lot of guys who, listen, Darian right now in the chat is like Kyle Lewis, that Josiah Trotter's better than him, and I am completely on the other end of the spectrum, okay? My favorite thing about, watching Kyle Lewis last night, this guy does not get fooled by anything, all right? I was watching, I forget who against, but they were doing all this misdirection, and what did Kyle Lewis do? I think it was against NC State. Kyle Lewis met the running back in the backfield like 5-6 yards, past behind the line of scrimmage. I'm just like, wow, that's a little bit different. And yes, I think there are guys I like a little bit more than Kyle Lewis. But that being said, I feel like he just raises the ceiling of the room, okay? For the Denver Broncos, I would love a guy like Kyle Lewis because ultimately I feel okay with the fact that I think, you're at least trying to solve the coverage problem that we haven't been able to do for years. And obviously he played that, really interesting role, while he was at Pitt. But you know what? I really liked him, man. I really liked him. And he had a relatively harsh missed tackle rate. I think it wasn't good, but I think it wasn't bad either. But you know what? Some of the questions you have with him are size and, ultimately experience when it comes to playing at the college or when it comes to playing the linebacker position. But I'm very much interested in him. Like that's a guy that if we took him at 62, I'm not sure how I'd feel about it. Other than, okay, at least we are trying to do something to fix our linebacker roles. And I think he's one of the best coverage linebackers in the whole class, man. I think outside of Rodriguez, I think he's up there. As far
Oh,
as
he is the best. He is.
yeah.
I don't think it's close. I think he's
Yeah.
the best coverage linebacker in this draft for sure.
So yeah, if there's anything that is worth, Krispy Kreme glazing, I think it's Kyle Lewis. All right. You just gotta watch him cover. He can cover, hang with the tight ends, like even the best tight ends, even Jolie. I remember he was hanging with him pretty well. So yeah. Kyle Lewis, that's one of my guys.
Pull up Darian's VJ Ruins tweeners. If he's alive. Okay, so he
yeah.
fixed himself. He fixed himself when he said if he's a linebacker. Here's the thing, man. I agree with you completely, Kodiak. I think Kyle Lewis is a certified boss. And I get a lot of the question marks that some people have. I mean, because of his size, that he's not like a true backer. But if they utilize him like they used Talanoa Hufanga this last year, he's going to be an absolute baller. The dude played like, I'll just read you off his snaps alignment. This is why I love him. And this is essentially the same ratio last year and this year. 105 on the D-line, 244 snaps in the slot, 319 snaps in the box as a true linebacker. Played everywhere, man. Super smart. Dude just always be making plays. Like, we don't need a elite run-stopping linebacker. Like, we've got those guys, but this dude could play everywhere, man. I think he's going to be a beast against running backs out of the backfield. I think he's a stud against tight ends. Like, what we need, he's that weapon for us. I absolutely love Kyle Lewis, man. I'm right there with you.
You guys are going to think I'm tweaking, but I was watching him last night and he was compared to a player. Now, this player is nuts and he's, one of the trendsetters of the NFL right now. But I saw a little bit of Diet Nicky Manwari to his game. I know that that's a lofty comp, but, you get a guy who can play everywhere, not only just be violent downfield, but also cover guys vertically really well. Now, obviously, once again, Manwari, I don't want to put that expectation on a guy like Lewis, but I think stylistically he's a lot like him.
Mm-hmm. Totally. 100%. They're similar size too, man. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll be viewed by NFL teams as a safety more than anything.
Yeah, I'll still be down with it. I'm not picky right now when it comes to those linebackers. Okay. Who wants to go next? Mark, Jeremy?
Jeremy, go ahead.
Gosh,
Okay.
sure.
All right. Do not draft or okay at value.
Give me
we
okay
got
value.
Okay at value.
All right. Nice. All right. This is somebody that Chris Sims mentioned, and then I looked into him because I didn't know about him, and then I was like, oh my goodness. Justin Jefferson from Alabama. He's 6'1", 227. And I'm going to give you a comp that's going to excite you, hopefully. He reminds me of a Danny Trevathan. Like the way he moves, the way he like separates the ball from the ball carrier. Like, I just like the way he plays. He's a little smaller than Trevathan. Trevathan, I think, played 237. He's 227, and he's an inch taller. But I don't know why this guy's not getting talked more about. But I think, let me look up PFF. PFF has him like 400 or something like crazy low. And I don't think that is accurate at all. I like him a lot. Let's see. 432.
Dude,
so
he gets downhill quick.
Yeah. Like he's athletic. I think he diagnoses plays really well. And if you can get him in that Danny Trevathan area, I think Trevathan was like the 188th pick or something like that, 6th round. You can get somebody like that back there who can like hit, cover, and is very instinctual and smart. Like I'd be totally fine with the value for him. So I don't know why he's a little bit slept on, but yeah, that's my guy at good at value or okay at value for sure.
Dude, I'd be pumped with that. Honestly, either of the Alabama linebackers, I'd be really happy with if we can get one of those guys on day 3. Deontay Lewis, I like too. Or Lawson, my bad.
Yeah.
Also,
I was just gonna
Go
say,
ahead.
just watching them both though, I don't know. To me, I just felt like he was more instinctual and just, yeah, I don't know why that he's not getting more talked about more. I bet you the teams probably no. I guarantee you he's not going undrafted, as where PFF would have him right now. But
Did
it'll
he
be interesting
convert
to see
from
where exactly he
safety?
goes.
Maybe that has to do with it.
Maybe.
I can't remember. Oh well. Also, as much as I love dogging on Drew Sanders, we can't blame VJ for Drew Sanders anymore.
No.
It's something that I'm switching up on. The guys, we just never know what he could become.
Yep.
He's always been on the sideline.
I mean, look at Greg Dulcich. He's kind of having a little bit of a rebound. So maybe.
Yeah, maybe we should bring him back.
I think
Too late.
Sanders is a perfect example of like they drafted because of his athleticism, but like they could never settle on what he actually was, what position he actually played, and that's a bad sign.
Well, that was like rookie year, yeah. That was the last time.
And then he
was
just
on a
kept getting
field.
hurt, man. Like
Even that, like
unbelievable injuries.
even then, I think there's sometimes I feel like this V word needs to be banned from draft talk. Versatility, okay? Because in a lot of cases, once you go pro, it's instability, not versatility.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're like more drafted towards a scheme, and it's like, oh, this guy can play multiple things, and you're just like, yeah, but we don't need that. We need him to be really good at this one thing in our scheme, and that's it. So,
Yeah.
it really doesn't matter as much. Do you guys have
All
any
right.
thoughts on?
No, I agree with you, man. A lot of people seem to be hyping him. I haven't watched a lot of them, but there's a lot of like when you kind of consistently hear him as being like a sleeper, someone that's rising like on multiple shows of guys that you really like.
Mhm.
Then I think, I think it's worthy of catching your attention. I think he'll definitely not go undrafted. It'd be
No.
interesting to see where he goes.
It will be.
All right, Mark. You got do not draft, right?
All right.
Out of the
Well, I mean, we're
linebackers.
talking about like tweeners. We're talking about guys that like are positionless, or maybe you feel like they're just going to get ruined because teams don't know if they're a edge guy versus an off-ball linebacker guy. Exactly, what happened with Drew Sanders, regardless of the injuries. I think that guy's Trey Moore from Texas.
That was my guy too. If I got
This
this,
year. Yeah, because I feel like dude's a good athlete, man. He does a lot of things well, but like people are saying he's an edge. Other people are saying he's an off-ball linebacker. You kind of have no idea what he's going to do. And like when he plays off-ball linebacker, he's not really all that good. Like he can't cover very well. But then as a pass rusher, like he's not all that special either. And so I don't want a guy like that in my linebacker room on my team. And you talk about like Darian had talked about like VJ had a bad bad like developing of Isaiah Simmons. I feel like this is the kind of player that potentially could happen with him as well, because it's like, what's your vision for him? And if your vision's not right, it's not going to be very pretty. And they didn't really have a vision for him at Texas either, really, because like he was mainly an edge guy for the first couple of years. And then they transferred him to being like literally 50% pass rusher, 50% off-ball linebacker, and he really wasn't all that good at either one, and he sucks at coverage. I mean, he allowed 86% completion percentage on him, 1 forced incompletion, 1 touchdown he allowed, and quarterbacks had a rating of 119.5 when they targeted him. His missed tackle rate is high, but again, he's just not very good at coverage. So he's like an athlete that is not really good at anything, and for our linebacker room, man, like at least Josiah Trotter, you're going to get a dog who can be a beast on special teams and stop the run. I don't know what the hell Trey Moore can do, so he is my do not draft.
Thank you.
Guy for him.
Thank you. Well said. We need a cornerback
Nose tackle
hybrid one of these days.
Very versatile.
We need a kicker who can also punt and vice versa.
Dude, 1,000%.
I don't
Still
know how
drives me
that's
crazy to
never
this
been how has that never been a thing?
Like you're telling
don't
me
get it.
Travis Hunter is playing corner and wide receiver before you have somebody that's kicking and punting? It's mind-blowing to me.
It's
Wasting
like
a roster spot.
somebody who's really good at the long drives, like in golf, but like also a great putter. It's just 2 different strokes.
Yeah,
It's
but
just-
like, dude, do you remember like teams back in the day, I don't think they just had a guy that was long snapping. They'd have like a reserve center or a linebacker
Oh yeah.
be the long snapper. Like we had a linebacker that was our long snapper for the longest time.
It does seem crazy that you
got
would
his
like
name, but now it's
have
like
that.
only like you have 53 guys on a roster. You got to take one up for the long snapper. That's all they do is long snap. It's like between those three positions, you can't like consolidate. I don't know.
It seems I know. It seems like that wouldn't be that difficult, but that's easy for me to say.
With all the downtime you got as a kicker and punter, I'll never understand it, man.
Yeah, exactly. If you have Shohei Ohtani winning a Cy Young and then being able to hit 50 home runs, okay, you're using the same foot. It's not like you're doing two entirely different skills like baseball either. It's not like you're doing what Travis Hunter's doing, playing two different positions on two different units, okay? You're using the exact same foot. So I don't understand why one of them can't just find a way to get those coffin corners, like Brandon Aubrey, you can't take a little heat off the ball when you throw it up to yourself and kick it. I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, I fully agree, man. I think it's crazy.
You'd be paid handsomely if you could figure it out.
Hell yeah.
I think
it would suck though if you got injured. Then it would really suck because then they got to replace you with you guys. Then they're like, oh shit, we got to sign a kicker and a punter. We're kind of screwed. But
I think it's kind of like having like a dart player, like a dart. Are they players? I don't know what they're called, but whatever. The guy who throws darts, and also being like, hey, now can you go throw this football as far as you possibly can? It's like it's the same. It's just one is about precision, the other one's like more about like
but think about radius. Dude, like think about wide receiver and corner. Like one you're literally backpedaling and one you're running forward. Like it's the complete opposite too.
Mm-hmm.
And then pitching and hitting. Like there's dudes in the majors that can throw right and left-handed. That's insane. And nobody can punt and kick.
I know. It is weird. But I think you know what it is with kicking? I think as soon as you have like a bad day, they're like, this guy sucks. It's like you have to be like so on it all the time. Like if you miss 3 kicks in a training camp, it's like he's cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
but if you can punt,
like, then
they're like, all right, maybe we'll just move him to full-time punter or something. I mean,
can you imagine if we took Crawshaw to be like a hybrid and he had that performance in the preseason and was like also missing field goals?
Yeah, but dude, imagine if Crawshaw ended up being like a great kicker and then a great punter like he is. He'd be the greatest 6th round pick in NFL history.
Yeah.
Like literally the greatest. Like this dude came in and just knocked it out of the park on everything. He was awesome.
Well, back in the day, they used to have the punters, if they had to try some crazy long field goal, they would have the punter do it sometimes, certain teams.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And they like never made it. But like at least that guy's like, just go over there and kick it as hard as you can that way, and see what happens. But like that's so you're right. Like it is the same thing, but I don't know. It's probably there's more. I had a friend who was like a high school kicker, and then he was friends with like one of the NFL kickers, and there was he tried to teach me one afternoon how to do it, and I was like, this is way harder. Like,
oh yeah. No, I love talking kickers, dude. It's like one of the most underrated things. I could talk kickers all day. Because I think it's like fascinating how it's like 1% separates elite from average roster guys, like in certain types of kicks. But yeah, it's gonna happen.
Kicking is pressure filled, and punting is not as pressure filled. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Like punting, it's like you got to just get it off and kick it far, but it doesn't have to be like. But kicking is all about like if you could hit 50 in a row. Yeah, it's mental.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a mental game. Like if someone was like, you have to hit this drive perfectly straight, and then you practice all the time, and then you'll see you have people watching it. Like to do that every time is insane. Yeah. But still, man,
dude, Crawshaw would be better than Tom Brady
or Terrell Davis.
Yeah, you're right. He'd be the second
one of the best 6-round picks
on that. Crawshaw would be the greatest of all time.
The most versatile.
Yeah, because like Tom Brady, they just, I mean, I don't know. Like they just got lucky with like it wasn't like, oh, New England was so smart for finding this diamond in the rough. Like the board just fell to him. He got passed by 198 times. New England passed on him 6 times before they finally selected him. So it's like that's just getting lucky, right? But you drafted somebody that's a kicker and punter, and you're being kind of intuitive, setting up starting a whole new thing, it'd be cool. But yeah, I mean, he definitely wouldn't be a better 6th round pick than Tom Brady, but he would definitely be among the best.
So if you're a long
And also, if Tom
snapper-
Brady didn't have Adam Vinatieri, who's in the Hall of Fame now, he doesn't
True.
have 7 rings. I can promise you that.
It's a
No,
great point.
no. Yeah, Cody, you saw that they're bringing in long snappers for top 30 visits, right? How are you feeling about that?
Man, after Engage 8, when I said that that's where we should have gone with our 1st round pick, man, I don't know. Maybe they should let me be the special team scout. I probably could have done a better job than Rizzy did in the first part of last year, but he turned it around.
He did.
He did
To his
turn
credit,
it
he
around.
did.
All right, guys.
We're always
Well,
looking.
dude, this has been a great show, but I am fading. I'm fading so bad. It kind of made the playoffs, dude, man. What are we like? What in the
I agree,
snow?
Darian.
In the
I agree,
snow?
Darian.
You know what? Maybe if the holder, who is the holder? Crawshaw? Maybe
Yeah.
you know the distance that you're freaking holding at. Everybody's a lot better, man. But Rizzy, yeah, not a great performance there in the AFC Championship. I'll give you that. But guys, we got to get out of here. We got 3 more shows until the NFL draft.
Mhm.
So we'll be back every Monday. Be sure to subscribe to all of us because we all put out great content. But specifically, Kodiak, Mark, what do you guys have coming up on your channel?
Kodiak, what you got?
I've worked 11 out of the past 12 days, but I'm finally off tomorrow. So what am I going to do? I'm going to make my tight end rankings. All right. And also, what time is it, guys? It's 9 past Calgary. Let's go. Just wanted to throw that out there.
9-2. Go Avs, baby. Love that.
Wow.
I've been so busy, man, with work and a bunch of personal stuff, so I haven't been able to make as much. But what I will promise you all here, everyone in the chat and you 3 on this panel, is that I will make a video dedicated specifically for you on Emmett Johnson and why Emmett Johnson is a really good back and potentially has the best vision in this class. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I got a lot of ranking videos that I need to make, a lot of mock draft videos. I think there's so many ways that this draft can go in terms of like how the Broncos are seeing it. And from what I heard, I didn't get a chance to see the full interview with George Payton today at the Arizona Biltmore, which I stayed there a couple years ago. It was awesome. Really cool place for a work trip. But apparently there was maybe some tea leaves that he kind of put out there. So I don't know.
He said we like our guys. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We like what we have.
Shocker.
Obviously, yeah.
Shocked about that. But and then Sean Payton's talking tomorrow morning, so that should be fun. So maybe we'll react to those things. But yeah, it's going to be really deep into the draft once I get a little bit more free time. And yeah, we'll get rolling, man.
Dude, that sounds
GP
great.
was capping out his ass.
Yeah.
Probably. He always does.
Oh, man. I rarely yawn on here. Jeremy, were you going to say something?
No, that was
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, guys, we'll be back on Monday. Again, thanks for all the support. I'll be doing a video tomorrow, so be sure to also hit that bell for notification as well with the rest of my friends. Appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Go Broncos.
God bless Bo Nix. That's sacrifice. He's grabbed and he's going to be